Three. So we got the movie Dacoit, A Love Story is an action-adventure movie with hints of romance releasing in cinemas. It's spoken with Telugu and Hindi and also having English subtitles, and I specifically caught the Telugu version because it works perfectly with my scheduling. So what happens when a handsome guy, no homo by the way, hottie, escapes from prison only to find out he was locked up for a crime that he actually didn't commit? He searches far and wide for the love of his life, and as the audience we know that she betrayed him based on the trailers and the opening cinematics. But now they have to work together to pull off a bank robbery heist at the hospital. They need enough money to save someone's life. So begs the question, why did she betray him? Why are they working together now? And why does it matter as an outsider's life's perspective reviewing this movie? Find out as we talk about it. I actually wasn't gonna go to the movies on Sunday because I didn't think there was anything good to see. I went on Saturday and I can't even remember what I watched that weekend anyway. Oh yeah, Me and You in Tuscany, right? But I was like, I don't want to remove this movie. It just felt generic, right? But I found this because I was searching for it. I saw the title, A Love Story, right? And of course, you know me, psychology dropout. I was trying to get my marriage counselor license at NIU, but I ultimately felt like YouTube is my past, present, and future career. So I decided to check this out. When I say I am a true outsider's perspective, I am racially mixed. Yes, my mother's from Philippines, my dad's from Mexico. Yes, I'm Latino and Asian, but I don't know the language and I don't know the culture. But when I was watching this movie in the cinemas, by the way, I thought it was top tier Bollywood style theatrical experience, and I absolutely loved it. The characters and the chemistry, I actually saw a few seconds of the trailer. I know, shocker, right? Because I never actually watched trailers, and guess who I saw? Murnell Dacoit. I'm not saying her name right, so I do apologize. I know her and I recognize her because I saw another movie that she came out in theaters in cinemas a few months ago called Do De Hiwan Sehe Men. So I told myself, of course I have to see her again in a brand new action adventure flick with hints of romance. Sign me up. I loved her in that film, so seeing her, what she would do in this one, gives me so much like amazing and excitement. She plays Shashanti, referred to in the film as Juliet, which I thought it was funny because Romeo and Juliet and stuff. Anyways, she's a wife, she's a mother, and her husband is the one in the hospital in the ICU needing a heart transplant, right? It's heartbreaking because she's desperately trying to call people, hey, can you help me? I need money. Can you delay the payment? The payment has been made. So you see her almost at her breaking point, but she's stressed out. But this movie shows clearly she has range. Now, what does that mean? Yes, you have those romance instincts from the previous film, but also with this, you understand that she's strong-willed. She can do more than just a beautiful, perfect like girlfriend or love interest. She's more than that, and this movie showcases her ability to adapt to different environments in terms of action adventure stuff. I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. Like, yeah, she has those tropes, but we see her in different space in different areas in terms of her acting career, which this is the second movie I saw her in. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. The guy is played by Adivi Sesh, plays Hadi, right? A former lover who went to prison, like I told you, for a crime that he didn't commit. I think he was in there for 10 or 13 years, right? And anyways, he escapes, but no spoilers because this happens in the beginning. He hunts her down, he's grounded, he's strong-willed. He's a guy with a plan. He's a master strategy. He's good at hand-to-hand combat, and he also knows his way around guns. Sorry, there's a plane. So much planes, oh my god. So, big question, do they actually have chemistry? Honestly, yeah, they do. I believe that they have history, and also the story is told through chronological order with lots of flashbacks showcasing the early hoods of their blossoming of their relationship, right? Before the life of crime, so to speak. But you see, there's so much hidden tension based on the characters, right? Because one of the best lines in the movie was happening in the beginning. When he sees her, he tells her, my only reason was to escape, was to ruin you. And I think God has already done that. I think he actually says that, or I'm paraphrasing here, because I was looking at the subtitles. I'm like, dude, that is beautiful. Because when I was watching the movie in the beginning, I'm like, dude, hell yeah. Like, I would go back to the girl that betrayed me. I'm like, oh, God has already done that because she technically betrayed him. I mean, yeah, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But she's stressed all the time. Her husband's about to die, and they need a lot of money. So, of course, he's just like, dude, God isn't my favorite because you betrayed me. Now look at your life. Like, you had everything, but I guess it's crumbling down. The vibe. I really like the action adventure stuff, the bank heist strategy. You understand that they're a team, and they're constantly on your mind of saying, is he going to betray her? Is she going to betray him? And can they actually pull this off with a two-man crew? Because she, I guess, used to be the driver driver or something, and then he used to be like, he's like, oh, I'll steal and you drive 50-50, right? But dude, coming from Hollywood vibes, it's surprisingly refreshing to see this different take from a different side of the world, right? Because sometimes in Hollywood movies, yes, there is bank robbery heist, but sometimes they're nice about it, you know, they don't kill people. But in this, yeah, you do kill people. I'm just like, oh my god, like the way he like kills his knife or something, or he beats people up. I'm like, dude, it has thrilling chase sequences, some gun sequences, and also thrilling set pieces where things blow up and like explosions and stuff. I'm like, dude, it's awesome to see that. Yes, we always see that in New York or Hollywood, you know, or Los Angeles, Texas, or Chicago, but seeing it in India, I'm like, dude, this is awesome, because it's like a life of crime over there. What does that even look like, or how would he even pull that off? And like, I love how he's like telling, oh, we need to do this at this time. Beautiful, right? They also have the traditional dancing sequence in the beginning. After he escapes from prison, he goes back to this bunker house or safe house, and then they're dancing, they're singing, but it ties into the story, right? It's beautifully woven into the story. It's not just like tacked on. And there's only one of those. In a 2-hour and 30-minute runtime, I was thinking, shouldn't they have more? Because that's what I expect from Bollywood. But no, I guess they only have one. I have two criticisms, and one is not really a personal thing. The one that I do have a criticism is I feel like in the English subtitles could have lasted longer. I can't tell you how many times I'm looking at the screen, English subtitles, right? And I'm reading the first few words, and then I couldn't even understand what the characters were saying, because the subtitles, they go away fast. I mean, the characters talk fast, but I'm thinking, just leave it longer so I can understand. The second is the 2 hours and 30-minute runtime. I didn't feel it because it was a fast breakneck speed. As soon as the car starts, you never let go. But I know some viewers can be turned off, but I was engaged throughout the entire time. At the end of the day, I'm gonna give this a B+, but your results may vary. I do have some spoiler questions to ask of you. If you're from that culture or native tongue or the language, can you answer me some questions? Because I have no idea if I got this right. So first and foremost, the little girl, Shinti, the girl, Juliet's daughter, who is the real father? Is it really the thief, Hadi? Because the movie made me feel that Hadi could have been the biological father, right? Because you know how the camera pans and he's like looking at her and stuff. So who's the father of the little girl? Is it really the thief, or is it the husband that's dying? Right. And second, I thought the ending was totally bogus, but in the best way. I guess the husband, Juliet, you know who she was trying to save? Her husband that's in the ICU. But I think the movie framed it because the husband that's dying, right? The fake one, the bad one. I guess he's the one who stole the necklace that he gave to Shashanti or Juliet, because he gave the necklace, but then Hadi comes back with the little girl and he's like, look at the magic, and he opens the ring, and then we find out this revelation that she knows that that necklace was stolen. You know, it was Hadi the one who gave it to her, right? So, because he was planning to marry to Juliet, but it was so heartbreaking. The ultimate betrayal. So, remember during the ending and the flashbacks, Hadi was about to die for the crime he didn't commit, right? And then Juliet was like, if he goes, I'll die. And she's like begging them not to kill him and stuff. And so her mother like looks at her like, okay, like we got you. And that's why she betrayed him, because she technically wanted him to live. But think about it. That's kind of like dying slowly. That's even worse. I'd rather die than go to jail, you know? I mean, yeah, he ends up being with her a few more times, but still, he ends up dying in the movie anyway. So it's like, she's like, I don't believe him, or I don't remember him, or I don't know who he is. And then he's like, no, what are you doing? You know, like in the jail cell. But like, dude, you're killing some guy slowly. And I get it. They had the same blunt type, same pinch, right? But he didn't give her her heart, right? But we know at the audience at the end that she was the one that needed the heart transplant, because the movie showcases that she has asthma, she's doing this, she's taking pills. So she's the one that needed the heart, because she wanted, I guess, her daughter to live or something like that. And like I told you, the English subtitles, they just went away fast. And I thought for a second, oh my god, like, was it who gave who the heart? You know, I'm just like, dude, I kind of need to see that again. But look, can you help me answer those questions or help me understand the film? Sorry, I'm a little bit rambly. It's just movies like this that are kind of international that I don't understand, that I really like. It's hard for me to talk about them, but I'll definitely try to do better. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you so much. Consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. With that, take care. Bye.